I see a very high success rate working with couples and in relationships and families with conflict by first helping them understand themselves and each other more deeply. Hi, I'm Katie Byrne, and the reason I'm doing this today is that I've been a therapist for 40 years. I've been working with couples and I've witnessed tremendous struggle and pain, and I really wanted to show you all how you can work with each other at home as a partnership, whether you're married, whether you're with your sibling, whether you're with your boss, with a friendship, any kind of a stuck relationship with conflict. I want to demonstrate how I help you work through it and how you can do it on your own. About 73% of third marriages end in divorce. There's a lot of conflict in the world, countries, between communities, between races, between groups of people, and even in our neighborhoods. So we really all need to learn how to talk to each other. Thank you. So thank you both for being here today. And I know from your phone call that you've been together a few years and you're feeling stuck right now. So Emily, would you mind starting and just telling me a little bit about where you feel the gridlock is, where you feel unhappy?
Yeah. We've only been married for about 2 months, and I just feel like ever since we got married, it doesn't, I feel kind of neglected. Like now, oh, I'm the wife, I don't need to put any more effort into my relationship with this person anymore.
And you've been together a few years.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there more you want to say about that? What's it like for you, feeling like you're not feeling close?
So for example, a couple weeks ago, we don't get to see a whole lot of each other because our work schedules kind of conflict. And we were both gonna have a night off together and, make dinner and have like a romantic time together. And I was on my way home from work and I text him, haven't heard from him all day, and I was wondering what I should pick up for us to make for dinner. And he was out with a friend. He had gone to get a drink, did not know if he was going to be home for dinner, didn't tell me, was just already out. And that just made me feel like, did you forget about me? What happened?
So Damien, you want to say your view of this?
Yeah, well, as I told you and we talked about, I was with my friend Mike, who I don't get to see very often. He was in town, and I get that I messed up, but it just feels like I don't understand why it's such a big deal. We can have another dinner, at some point. I don't get, like I said, Mike was in town, and
Okay, but here I am, all excited that we have plans together. I didn't make any other plans to hang out with a friend. Now I'm just alone for the night. How do you not consider my feelings in that situation?
Okay.
I don't know.
Let me see if I can help you out here. So let's slow this down, because slowing down the communication will be key to you learning how to talk to each other when you feel this kind of big wall. And so let me work with you for a minute, Emily. And Damien, would you just try to listen And the listening is very powerful so that she feels heard. So, Emily, can you just tell me a little bit more and tell Damien what it feels like when you go through these feelings and maybe he's not texting you or returning your calls, or he's out with the guys without telling you? Tell me what that feels like.
It just makes me feel stupid. Like, I've been looking forward to this. Was planning it all in my head. We were gonna have this lovely night, candles, dinner. It was, I had my hopes up, I guess, and it's like you ghosted me. Like, I'm your wife and you ghosted me.
Okay, so stay with me for a minute. What's the feeling that makes you feel like crying?
It just makes me feel like, it just makes me feel really worthless.
So stay with me a minute. Just don't interrupt. Let's just work with listening for a minute. What does it remind you of, Emily?
I mean, honestly, it reminds me of trying to date when you're like a teenager or in college when it's just I was just always getting played. And I don't want to feel like I'm getting played by my husband.
So just stay with me one more minute on this. What else does this bring up for you in your past?
I mean, honestly, that I was never, sorry, this is a lot, but like I was never like the pretty girl or the, one getting all of the attention from boys. And it just brings me back to feeling invaluable, because when you're growing up as a girl, you find, you think that your value is in how attractive you are to boys. And yeah, it just brings me back to those feelings of feeling worthless and not accepted, and makes me feel like I'm like you're doing me a favor for being with me.
Thank you so much for that. So Damien, would you just hang with me for a minute? Can you tell Emily what you just heard her say? It doesn't have to be perfect, just the gist, the kind of the feeling part of what you heard.
Well, I heard that she feels like I don't find her attractive, which just seems crazy to me. Like I mean, of course I do. I don't know. She feels like I'm playing her, which also I
Or
don't.
just stay with what just reflect back. Thank you, though. Just reflect back what you heard her saying.
Um, that she feels worthless. Growing up, she wasn't valued as much. And I guess it's bringing up those kinds of feelings.
Okay. So now would you ask Emily if you missed anything, or was there more that she needed to say to you about that?
Did I miss anything more?
No, I mean,
Does it feel like enough for now?
Yeah.
So now what I just did with you is what I want you to do more of at home. Can you see how when you don't interrupt each other, when there's not an argument, but you're hearing each other deeply, you get a little bit more to the root of what's going on, of what really is happening and how you're affecting each other. So Damien, can you now say how you feel in this marriage? What feelings do you get stuck around?
I just feel. I feel like I just felt it right there, sort of. Like, I feel like I did what you were telling me to do with, like, reflecting it back. I was doing it wrong somehow. And I guess I feel like I'm doing things wrong a lot. And I feel confused, like, that I can see that it was a big deal, what happened. But it's just confusing for me still, like how that could just produce that much of a reaction. Like me, I know you said you were looking forward
Okay,
to it all.
just hang with me. So I want you to work with me a little bit, one more minute on this. So tell me and tell Emily, what does this remind you of, this feeling that you're having, like you're always somehow doing something wrong? What does it remind you of in your past?
I mean, I don't know if this relates, but I was always, the youngest in my family, and I was always doing everything wrong. I mean, like, at school too, I just would get stuff wrong, and I wasn't smart, I didn't do well, and I don't know, I guess I come to assume or expect that that's what's gonna happen, and I feel like she wants me to be this perfect person, and I'm not. I don't know, I kind of want to be like, I'm sorry, I don't know if I tricked you somehow and you didn't realize that you were marrying someone who was just
Imperfect.
yeah.
Okay, stick with me another minute on this. So how do you respond to her when you feel this way, when you're feeling blamed or you're feeling like you aren't perfect and you're not doing things the right way? How do you get?
I guess I feel like I know I'm not going to do it right, so it's better to not just do it at all.
Okay.
I don't know, like with what happened the other night, I knew I was going to be disappointing you and letting you down.
how?
What do you mean?
Just let
Told
him.
her how I was
Don't interrupt for a minute, because as soon as you start arguing, you'll lose the deeper root of this. So, Damien, you knew you were going to disappoint Emily, so you just decided, screw it, I'm not going to even try.
I guess. I guess it was just easier to be with Mike and know that just hang out and not feel like I was,
Okay.
Yeah.
So kind of just go do your thing and There was nothing you felt you could do to make it better.
I guess.
Kind of rebellion,
Maybe.
a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't want to put words in your mouth. Emily, can you just reflect back the gist of what you heard Damien saying, kind of just the feeling part of it that you can sense?
Like, you're afraid that you're gonna do something wrong, so you do something wrong. like you could have.
No, wait. No, okay. So let me work with you a minute. So stay with what you heard him saying, what you heard from your gut, the feeling part that he was talking about.
Like feeling inadequate, you mean?
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I hear that. I can relate to that. I don't know what I've done to make you feel that
Oh,
way.
just reflect back what you heard him saying, though.
Okay, I heard him say that he feels imperfect and like he's going to disappoint me, and being afraid of that.
Okay, thank you. So for more information, feel free to contact me at my website, conversationswithkatie.com. And don't forget, in a delicate dialogue, in a difficult conversation, listen well, reflect back what you've heard, and ask for what you need. Deep listening and respectful conversation can change the world.